Hello and welcome to your new innovative task manager. On your first screen you can choose how much time you want to spend for your tasks today. The inbox is a speedy way to list all your tasks that come to your mind. You can add a task with the plus button or press go on the keyboard to add another task. This is a fast and easy way to make a list of your upcoming tasks. After you brainstormed your tasks, you can start to organize them. Swiping the task to the right enables to tag each task to an active, a latent or a standby task. I will explain the differences later on. Swiping the task to the left enables to mark the task as done or delete. Here you can see the overview of all tasks, your active tasks, latent, standby or repetitive tasks, as well all those tasks that you successfully finished already. Let's have a look at the general preferences. Available daily times defines the time span that you plan for your tasks by default. This time can be changed according to your needs in the home screen. Estimated time for each task is a value that you have to estimate by yourself. How much actual time, do you think, will be needed to work on this task? Under default settings, you can set values for importance with value 1 meaning the task is not important up to 3 that marks the task as very important. Similar to that, urgency has 3 different settings. 0 means it is not urgent at all, on the other hand 2 means the task is very urgent. Priority is either being calculated using the values of importance and urgency, or if you wish you can choose manually the priority factor from values ranging from 1 to 11. The higher the value, the more time units are allocated to the task. Sorting. You can choose to rearrange your tasks manually. Choose Sort manually, go back to the task view. A long press on a task activates the drag mode. Now you can press and drag the task to the desired position. Click on Sort. Reverse arranges the list of tasks in a reverse order. Mode. We recommend to work in the manual mode. It is activated by default, but auto mode can be used when you have a fixed time window and the tasks can be worked on only within a given time frame. Pomodoro technique. With this technique you create working intervals, usually 25 minutes, followed by a short break. After a series of work intervals, usually 4, a longer break is recommended, for example 20 minutes. Activating the Pomodoro technique reminds you when to switch from task to task, when to stop for a break and when to continue working on your task. Timetracker creates all these reminders automatically so that you can concentrate 100% on your tasks. Types of tasks. Tasks are distinguished into several types. Active task, your available daily time is divided among all active tasks. Latent task, a latent task will become active on the start date of the task. Standby task, is a task that has no defined start date, for the time being it is identical to a latent task. Additional features will follow in future updates. Repetitive task, is a recurrent task, with different repetition cycles. Daily, weekly, monthly, yearly or, time trackers special feature spaced repetitions. They are called Rep 1 and Rep 2 tasks. They differ in the time span in between repetitions. Explore these task types. They are perfect for reviewing learned content. Of course you can choose your repetition dates also manually by selecting or deselecting specific dates. In the tab bar on top you can choose the task type. In addition to this you can overview all tasks or review those tasks that you finished working on. Clicking on the plus button on the top left creates an active task. You can immediately type in your text or use the dictation tool in the right lower corner. Clicking on the pencil icon within the task box opens the edit mode. In the edit mode you see the predefined default settings that you already set in the general preferences. You can manually override all these default settings. Changing the values will alter only the settings for the current task. If you wish to change the default settings for new tasks, you can do so in the general preferences, as described before. If needed you can change the required time for this specific task, according to your estimation. The start date for an active task is the current date. Placing the start date in the future will change the task type into a latent task. After the due date an active task will become relocated to done task. If you want to keep working on the task, go to Done Tasks and change the start date manually. Your task will now reappear in the corresponding category. On the left to the taskbar you can see the calculated time for each specific task. Timetracker calculated this value based on the priority factors for each task. Here on the right is the priority factor. Of course, both values can be changed manually as well. How to start working on your tasks. Go to the home screen and choose how much time you want to work on your task today. Go to the category All or Active. A play icon is visible, on the right side of the task box, only for active tasks. Press the play icon and start working on that task. A countdown is being activated. An alarm will remind you to switch to the next task. This will be repeated until you spend all your allocated time for your tasks. Thus you can focus entirely on your tasks. Time Tracker will guide you and advise how to spend your time on your current tasks. In the manual mode you can choose to pause working on a task. This will stop the timer until you press the play button again. With activated Pomodoro technique you will have additional reminder to make a break while working on your tasks. Enjoy Time Tracker, your new sophisticated task manager.